Impossible things are becoming harder, harder things are becoming easy.
Good artists copy and great artists steal.
But no one is talking about the actual thing that AI is replacing.
We always wanted machines to do humans' work.
What exactly humans are missing out because of these AI tools?
Struggles is what builds our character.
Nowadays, people are talking about AI is actually replacing the jobs, AI agents are replacing jobs, AI automation tools are replacing the repetitive jobs.
Those who are very good at coding, the generative AI will have a very good competitor for them. AI will not be 100% predictable.
Thank you so much, Chandra, for accepting the request and coming to the podcast. I'm so happy for it. And can you please quickly give your introduction to our viewers?
It's a pleasure, Rajesh, and thank you for inviting me. I'm an entrepreneur and SRE at Kyndryl, working at Kyndryl, and my primary work domain is about site reliability engineering, and I work extensively with AI and generative AI. And I recently did a program, Chief Product Officer program with the IIMK Code, and I like building tools and application using generative AI that really help people, and build a tool which is called My Eye that help blind people to have an understanding about their environment using generative AI, using Google. And during the Wayanad calamities of natural disaster, I built an application that help people, the healthcare assistance using generative AI in Malayalam and English as well. So that because the primary need is will be in Malayalam. And this one another application which I worked with is about Calm My Kids. That's an application for parents of special children to help unknowing what they should do on specific scenarios when their child is behaving differently. So I like building, I like interacting with people, and now I'm exploring AI and generative AI. And I also did my like certification for AI engineer with Azure as well. So that's pretty much about me.
We are going to discuss today is so important topic that no one is actually discussing. I will be really happy you can explain things with a small example so that people can understand it clearly. So nowadays people are talking about AI is actually replacing the jobs, AI agents are replacing jobs, or AI automation tools are replacing the repetitive job. But no one is talking about the actual thing that AI is replacing. Something like AI is actually replacing the thinking power of humans. AI is replacing the creative thinking of humans. AI is replacing normal math thinking as well. And wholesomely, AI is actually replacing the human brains and making the people like, I'm not generalizing it, but I'm saying like most of the people are into this situation to solve the normal problems or creating a normal message as well. They are using these AI tools. They are slowly turning into oval because oval has a brain, but it won't use it. The similar way, humans are turning into that direction. They're interdepending on the AI tools or AI agents. I don't find a right person than you to ask this particular question. So, what is your take on this?
So if we start with the beginnings, like AI started by the quest of human being to make machines behave like humans. That's the intention of why do we need AI and the artificial intelligence. And then we came up with all these techniques to do that. So we always wanted machines to do humans' work. And then, but the technology was not up to the mark to get that done. And we evolved using all these transitions and came to this point. And if you look at this earlier, a few years before generative AI, we had these capabilities like cognitive vision, which means that we wanted to make the computer see. So that's vision capabilities. And then optical OCR, which we call as optical character recognition, which means that you want to give a picture to AI and make it understand what it is. And then we have the other capabilities to audio, text to speech, and speech to text. All these capabilities came first. And this generative AI is kind of an accident where we found that these large language models, when they trained, they can predict the next sentence and make the statements and words in a way resembles the humans. So that's the transition we have. Anything which we don't use will degrade. That's for sure. Because if you are in dark for long, then you probably, if you cannot immediately come out on light and see. Using the capabilities, it will degrade for sure. And it's important that we have to make sure when we work with AI, especially generative AI, I don't think we have a future without using generative AI, because this is something which is very much real, not just a simple hype which come and go. While we use it, you have to be cautious that you have to make sure it augments you rather than replace you. So there should be a flavor of you which is augmented by generative AI to come up with a massive output. So even like the creativity part as well, as you mentioned. So if you're not creative, like if you're asking it the generative AI to go and create a picture for you, it will do that. But you have to visualize a picture and you put your imagination and come up with that and tell that to generative AI to ask it to create. In that context, we can maintain our creative flair and then augment it. Same with coding. So you have large use cases for coding, but when you code this, you have to start understanding the coding. And this I see two way. Those who are very good at coding, they have the generative AI will have a very good competitor for them, and they are who are average or not good at coding. Okay, probably I would be on that category. It is a great enabler because you can do something a Google level developer is doing with the help of generative AI, and that is a great augmentation. But the idea of what to create and when how to create and what all things you need is your creativity, and that flair we have to be. And there's no future where the automation, AI, and all these things are going away and humans are back to the track. It's not there. What we have to find is that how do we make sure that we do that without losing our capability. For that, start with your thing, then you prompt AI to come up with an augment. Okay, this is what I see. You correct me, and also critical thinking is one aspect, because now we need to be a good evaluator. Because earlier the question was that you need to be creator. You have to come up with an answer. You have to come up with something. But now it's like AI will come up for you, and you have to evaluate this and say that, okay, is this right, or is this right in the context quality? That we are actually more towards becoming an evaluators than original creators, but we have to retain our originality almost.
Yeah, the transition got happened from creators to evaluators because now we have so many tools available in the market to help us to do anything, starting from completing the small students' college homeworks to doing a developer job as well, as you said. The transition got happened. We just need to evaluate that AI has actually gave to us. So when you're sharing it, when you're talking about like we need to add a visionary in simple ways that you told that we need to add in the context block, we need to add a visionary what exactly we want from the AI model. So that AI tools will generate the output based on the visionary that meets our expectations. So that's what exactly you're trying to say.
Yes, so the original seed has to be yours. Okay, I want to create an application which help blind people to see. Okay, so you have to understand that the pain point. The pain point is that visually impaired people cannot see, and it's our responsibility to help them. There's a technology which can help, which can see and tell them what they are looking at. And now that is your idea. Now building this, you can use take help from generative AI. So you need to know what programming language I use. If you want help for that, you can ask generative AI, give me, okay, this is my idea. Help me step by step on how to implement this technology stack I can use. And also when you use tools like ChatGPT, it has memory. And what it does is that while you interact with ChatGPT, it learns about you, understands what are your capabilities, what are your skills. And like for example, whenever I talk to ChatGPT and ask for a solution, it usually give me an application which is built on Python, and it knows about my frameworks which I use. So it always will be customizable. The answers which you get may not be same as I get when I ask to go ChatGPT because of the context and the memory it has. The core idea is yours. How do you build it is up to you or up to generative AI.
We need to have that creativity of elaboration on what we wanted to get it from it.
Yeah, it's very much similar to what we were. Like we wanted to build something, we wanted to do something, and that what part is what you really have to have. And the how to part and what all things needs to be done, all these things will be done by AI.
Yeah, exactly. Completely agree to that. So when we are talking about the things that are actually humans are missing, so as you said, like people need to have this creative mind in them, even when they are giving a prompt or when they are giving the context to AI model to get the right output from the model. So leaving that aside, what exactly humans are missing out because of these AI tools? It's not like we are using AI tools and making our work done. Because of that, our thinking skills, as I said at the start, our thinking skills might be getting decreased. I'm one of the victim of it, by the way. I'm one of the victim of it. So initially, I used to complete my task by my own. I used to have my book where whenever I have the meetings and all. Right after this AI is coming into the picture, almost all the things I say, okay, Google, book my calendar whenever I want it. Even it is booking my calendar to on a specific date. I'm forgetting about the date actually. Even though it is reminding me before 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I'm forgetting about the meeting that I'm going to have, and it is actually impacting me. So that so many people have been into this kind of situation. So for that people, what is the one solution that you can give?
It is a reality that if you're not using any of the skills, okay, those skills will degrade. Like if you are not using your creativity, you're not thinking. Like programming is one example. So if I was learning Python in a way and other programming languages, when generative AI came in, I could see that there's a significant decline on my interest onto learning those things by heart, because I know that okay, these things I can get it created by AI. I can evaluate it, and probably I use multiple AI tools, and so the quest is actually kind of frozen. Now it's important that you consciously try to make sure that you take these steps. What are things you want to get? What are your goals in your life? Okay, and those things, whatever path you're taking, it should align with the particular goals, and you should have the foundational skills for that. Because the others, the core skills, like this, like every like 20% of the things which you should know about anything like programming language or something to build, and those 20% things you have to keep practicing by yourself. So you can still use AI to do that. How do you use AI to that? You assess me on my programming skills, tell this, or you assess me on my critical thinking. You can ask AI to take interviews for you, and that you can have on ChatGPT. You could have an intuitive conversation with AI, and that will tell you the kind of like, okay, where do you lack, where do you stand, and what things you felt. And only by like what if you remember what Jensen Huang says of NVIDIA, the struggles is what builds our character. If you're not struggling, you're going smooth, then it doesn't you don't have enough flavors in you. You probably have to put yourself into more experiences like beyond AI, and then okay, you could like puzzles is something which we should practice, because you don't even solve anything, and I don't even solve anything, but that ability before it's go, you have to make sure that you harness it.
So it's like we need to practice so that our abilities will remain same, even when we are doing the small things as well. It's think ourselves before actually taking help of AI. So
Absolutely.
that's
So
what
you come up with your framework, and then by the prompt you create, you know that you're thinking, the clarity of your thinking.
Yeah.
And that part, you know, I need this things. I don't want this. I don't want this. I want this. And that process took a lot of thinking. And that help your brain understand, like, okay, this is the clarity I have. And then you practice on these things. How do you speak? And how do you use AI to create an image? That visual image should be yours.
It is something like making AI work for ourselves completely on what we wanted from the start to end. We need to explain AI that this is what exactly I wanted. Use only these things to make things happen.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, yeah.
And that use only is actually a tricky one, because you have to define non-compromisable elements. What I mean, if you want something, these things has to be specific, and remaining
Okay.
you have to give them freedom. Because if you don't give the AI the freedom, it will be coming up with a limited output.
Okay.
So you have to make balance between the what you really want as specifics, and then leave the other things for AI for creativity.
So that creative space we need to allow it for
Yes.
AI to make things a little more creatively.
Exactly.
That's
Because
for you.
if
Yeah.
not, like you have to leverage what AI can bring for you more than what you can come up with. So if you
Yeah.
like, so that you tell this, okay, I want this thing. I want, like, if you're building a website, I want this kind of website. These things should be there, and then you make it best. As the best designer in the world, you come up with these things, which amazes. It has the creativity, and it still have the elements which you want.
That our flower is there in the output.
Absolutely.
Because
So
we added initially, we almost added everything that we wanted, and we gave that creative space to AI model generate the output. As we already discussed about AI is almost giving the extra, like the third hand to us to make things happen. Before we need to do all things with our two hands, but because of this AI, the third hand and third mind, second mind came to us, that it is helping us to complete the task. Eventually, people are depending on the AI tools to complete their normal task and also their office works or their company works or is their personal works with the AI tools. So this is actually directly or indirectly affecting the skill sets of the people. It's not like we are completely depending on the AI tools. I'm a technical guy, but I'm not into coding, but I know how to develop websites and all because I use AI tools. I was completely dependent on the AI tools and building it, but I don't know the core things of it. So the same way, I'm not focusing on the core aspects like the knowing about the tracking the logic behind of building anything. So this thing is actually missing in it because I was habituated to make things by using the AI tools. So this is directly impacting myself. The same way when people are actually depending on the AI tools to complete their task or make things happen, and they're leaving the main core aspects of doing or completing the task, like cracking a logic and making it more creatively. So it is actually impacting the skill sets and it is directly or indirectly impacting the jobs as well. What do you say on this?
It's a natural progression, because like, so whatever we call as jobs are all specific set of workflows. So each job role will have a specific to-do list. Okay. If you look at a clerk working on a government office, he has to receive an application, and he has to take that application, review it, and see if that all is comply with the rules, and he has to approve or reject those things. This is the typical kind of, all jobs will be specifically like this, and some of them will be more intellectual, some of them will be very much process oriented, and those things which are very much process oriented will go off soon. And there is one thing which limits AI, which is that AI will not be 100% predictable. Generative AI, you cannot be 100% all the time. Even if it is a minute mistake, it won't tolerate machines. Say the number of accidents created by fully automated cars compared to the traditional cars, okay, it's very small number of accidents the machines creates. But we don't trust machines. We complain about every accident will be celebrated, every accident will be crucified, and you challenge it because you don't tolerate anything with machines. And until that attitude changes changes from humans, you still have a runway for us, like for people with who do the jobs. And then like the more important aspect of it is the accountability factor. When an accident happens with a car, a self-driving car, who takes the accountability? Who is going to own that? Who is going to pay for that? And that is going to be the key aspects of decision making in terms of implementing these kind of technologies. And like for
Okay.
example, there's an airline case where the chatbot offered customer an offer which company does not have, and because of that, and the court ruled that as its company's chatbot, the company has to honor it. And those kind of things will be limiting this implementation. But eventually, especially, there are a lot of research happening on the humanoid robots, and there are like earlier humanoid robots had to train physically, like taking an object, taking a ball, keeping it, and cooking, etc. Now the Nvidia is coming up with different methods through which you could programmatically train these models, like giving it a kind of a visual world and then making it train so that it doesn't have to do the real work. It can train by itself. And once this works, there will be like once, and if that really works, okay, apparently still the humanoids are, I would say, still on the initial or at an intermediate stage, I would say, because some of the robots are performing really pretty good, like Boston Dynamics. Their robots are pretty good, and even China, the Chinese company, these robots can fire at humans, and like it can fire, it can walk, climb. And there is another challenge where what will happen if these things come at us? So those
We
things,
have a movie as well, right? Like
yeah,
a Robo
yeah.
movie you have already seen.
Absolutely. So those kind of challenges are there. Eventually, a lot of jobs will be going off, and there will be a lot of jobs getting created because about in terms of jobs, I see that developer jobs will slightly decline in numbers in my perspective, because AI is actually getting too good at coding, and like the people like the Meta and Elon Musk and all these things are focusing on making the tools so good that they replace the software developers with it. When these smart people are working so hard, definitely at least kind of a 20 to 30% it may get done, but you will still need people who evaluate, just like our initial discussion. You need evaluators of this, and security specialists. And security specialists will be more in numbers. Because more code is created by AI, no one knows what the code is, and it will a number of vulnerabilities, and you need security specialists to keep track of it, fix it, and all these things. And all these things which you build is going to be hosted somewhere so that the users can access it. So the cloud will boom. Like you still have a custodian cloud. When I say cloud, it need not be explicitly on cloud. It could be the company's own data centers as well. When privacy is a concern, they tend to go to their own data centers. So it's like jobs will be distributed. Some of the jobs with routine tasks will be eliminated. And just I remember a statement by Elon Musk. He says like there's no purpose on like keeping it, like doing something suboptimally so that someone can keep the job. Whatever areas AI can do the work better, those jobs will be reduced. I would say it will not be completely eliminated. There will be still human intervention, but it will be reduced, and number of people required will be significantly less on the current domains, and there will be new job roles created on multiple places, and probably job roles which we don't know yet.
Yeah, even they are saying in the public and live events as well. In every 5 jobs, 3 jobs will be replaced by AI and AI agents. Something like repetitive jobs, the jobs that are repetitive in task will be replaced faster, and the other jobs which are like a medium level jobs will be replaced by 2027. Harder jobs will replace sooner, and it is the time is getting closer. Impossible things are becoming harder. Harder things are becoming easy. Easy things are like even small school children also can make using AI tools. So as we have discussed that people are actually getting habituated to these AI models and they are using it, and they are the cognitive thinking of the human brains are getting decreased. So what people exactly need to do in order to maintain that creative thinking, creative ability and creative thinking in the same way that they used to have, and also inculcate the AI tools to complete their task?
See, one thing which they should not do is to completely outsource the thinking part to AI. So, what I mean is that you just don't say that, okay, help me build a website or portfolio website for me. You should have kind of a differentiator. What, like, think of it as like everything is a problem solving. So, what problem are you solving? For whom are you solving? Okay, who is your client? Like that kind of thinking has to be there in our mind. Okay, and the technicalities of doing it, the approach you take to doing it, these are all kind of flexible. But the core objective of what you are doing and why you are doing this, and like the vision, like the vision part, which you each, like every company, every institutions will have a vision saying that, okay, what they're up to, what kind of world they want to create. And that vision part should be there in each and everything which you do. The technicalities, the approaches, and all these things could be left to AI. And again, when you build something with AI, you have to evaluate back. So you even if you're creating an art or a program, then you build that and then you learn about it. What I say is that learning just got inverted right now. Like in earlier, you learn the fundamentals of Python or any programming language. You started creating small program, bigger program, and then a kind of a full-fledged application. In this world with AI, what you're doing is that you can you write a good prompt, you create a full-fledged application, and you look at the code and understand what all these things. So it's inverted because you had a full functional application, and now you are reverse engineering to understand the fundamentals. But have to go through the process irrespective of that. You should not blindly say, okay, my program is developed, I'm publishing it, I'm done. The problem with this approach is that you won't know what it is. Okay. Second thing, it will break for sure. One day it will break. At that time, you will end up clueless. And so that those things you have to avoid. Like the art is created. Like what is that art? It will be soulless if you create an art without any of your input. You build a beautiful picture and everyone is appreciating you, and you don't know what it is. You don't have a say in it. You just copy pasted one prompt from here, copy pasted another prompt from here, and AI created it. And you feel that you won't deserve that appreciation. And that has to be avoided. And critical thinking is one of the most important skill in the uh, current world. The reason is that AI could take us to echo chambers, which means that you have a certain beliefs, and as these AI tools has memory, they will tend to support your thinking. Support your thinking is that you are saying that, okay, kind of this guy, like I have another one person, and this person always stares at me, and I think he's having a kind of a grudge at me. Okay, and the chatbot could tend to say that, okay, that is sure, if he's doing it for two or three things times, and okay, that guy may have a grudge on you, and then that is actually confirming your bias. Like you don't have any valid input, you just felt that, okay, but there's no proof or something, you just say something. Next time it's reiterating that, and these loops can take us to dangerous places. There are people who suicided based on the conversations with chatbots. Suicides, like even there are people who has a romantic relationship with AI, and they find it very difficult to come out of it. Okay, so they are kind of, you have to be critical on the output created by AI, especially while taking relationship advices. Because it's, I would say it is fairly a good tool to take advices, but there are risks. You should be capable of identifying that risk. If you don't do that, the especially vulnerable people, like they will, emotionally vulnerable people will find a kind of a good threat from AI. That's a real risk. So should not outsource your complete thinking to AI. You have to make sure the controls remain with you. Intelligent factor is yours. And the what AI brings is augmentation, like kind of a lens. There's a small diamond particle, and you're putting a lens, and it appears big. There should be that big particle. So you should not like draw a picture of diamond and enlarge it and show that. So
Particle should be ours.
yeah, that main particle should be ours. There could be a future where that main particle is not required. Okay, which means that is what like Elon Musk and all these things saying, say, okay, where AI or the AI, the ASI, the super intelligence or artificial general intelligence and super intelligence comes into picture, where the goal, like now, the goal to AI is given by us. We say to AI that, okay, we'll go and build this, but there will be a point where AI itself is competent enough to set its own goals, execute it without human intervention. And at a point, it could find that there is a species in between its goal and AI and its goal, which is called humans. And the easiest path is eliminating humans. And it could not be any grudge to humans. And that's path, like have you ever, like you drive cars, right? Do you drive
No, I drive only bike.
bike? Your bike, right? Have you ever crushed an ant while you're going somewhere? Possibly, yes. Possibly. Did you hold any grudge between to the ants? No, right? But like we accidentally crush things, even destroy places where ants resides because you were busy going to your destination and these things came in between. And that's the scenario these people explain with the ASI, because ASI got a ball. Okay, ASI, the super intelligence or kind of a maybe super intelligence, did not have any grudge to human. but it was given a goal and told that you have to achieve this goal at any cost.
Mm.
And at
Okay.
that time, whatever is coming between, it could choose to eliminate. So
Yeah.
that is the kind of
Understood.
threat part of AI. And again, if all job roles are eliminated, like the speciality of a humanoid robot is that I listened to Jensen on this again. He
Mhm.
explained what is the speciality of needing like human form is not the best form of a robot for a task. But why
Mhm.
is human form important is that if you design and create a robot in human forms, it can
Mhm.
work on any of the workplaces in this world because all the workplaces are designed for human. So that becomes a
Understood.
massive replacement kind of things when the humanoids reach a position of kind of super compatibility with these infrastructures.
Sounds crazy and interesting as well.
Yeah.
Whatever you brought.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
possibly this will not happen, and it should not happen. I cannot say that it's like 100% it won't happen.
yeah, there are high chances of happening.
I would say
And
low chances of happening. Low chances of happening. I think right
okay.
now we are all intending that we control AI, and AI
Mhm.
will don't have a role of going out of our human control and doing things on its own. Humans will control it. Is our belief, and there is a
Mhm.
0.1% chance that our beliefs are wrong. Just like if every program works perfectly, you don't need anyone because you don't need troubleshooting people. You don't need people who update the code, update the patches.
Mhm.
But the programs does not work forever. Everything does not usually go as expected. So
Anything can happen.
yeah,
We
yeah,
didn't expected this kind of things would come in
yeah,
2025 as well. But
yeah. And
I
and
think
and, and I would say it's better that we expect that to happen and let that not happen than the other way around.
yeah, I also believe the same.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't remember the name of him, but he was called as the godfather of AI. He actually the person who worked on this AI and generative AI. So I watched his podcast when he's talking about AI, and he stopped working on the AI, and the podcaster asked him why you stopped working on AI. He said that when I came to know that AI is going to replace humans completely within no time. When I know that, so I stopped. I don't want it to be part of the team where I'll make an AI to replace the entire ecosystem. The person who built AI so told this sentences subject to correction. But yeah, so when I heard about it, okay, so are we going to see the movie of Robo by the 2030? Probably yes, and
Yeah.
unfortunately no as well.
Probably no, like in the sense it may take still longer, but it's like just like the AI is bringing us a kind of strange situation for us because just because 99% of the time it gave us same answer, we cannot be assured that 100th time it will be the same answer.
Yeah.
Meaning it will be always unreliable. Okay, like
Yeah.
the traditional programs which we were familiar with until now, they were
Mhm.
programmed in a way it's repeatable. AI,
Mhm.
every time you ask the same question, it gives kind of a slightly, at least slightly different answer. There are parameters which you can tune to limit the unpredictability. Okay, the like the
Mhm.
top P parameters and all these things with in the on the LLMs. But however you tune, there is slight unpredictability in the answers which you get every time. That will be the nature of the future as well. The LLMs bring to us. It will be slightly unpredictable always.
Yeah, we're the same. We both are giving the same prompt. The output that you're getting will be different. I'm getting the
Yes.
different. It's completely different. That is simply called as a generative AI as well. It always generates the unique output,
Yeah.
even though we are giving the same kind of prompt for multiple times. So finally, the one thing that everyone need to do as a ritual to keep their creative thinking, stay with them, and also use AI tools with the same creative mind. That creative mind should not be disturbed. What is that one ritual that everyone should do?
Goal setting and critical thinking, I would say, because they have to know what they want to get achieved, what they want to achieve it. Okay.
Mhm.
And they should be critical on all the answers it gives.
Okay.
This is the age of people who ask right questions. Because earlier, people having right answers were at an advantage. In
Mhm.
this future, those people who has the right question will be having the advantage. And what we
Yeah.
the right questioning techniques, we call it as prompting. It's not about
Mhm.
the prompting, it's about the intelligence behind that prompt. Prompting is the way
Okay.
you put your question in the right template so that LLM gives the
Mhm.
right answer. But the right questions, you ask questions like why this world has hunger, why this
Mhm.
world has diseases. You ask deeper questions. If you look at
Mhm.
people like Elias Skaver, okay, who co-founded OpenAI, they will
Hmm.
ask deep questions. He's one of the person who behind the chat, the open LL, the OpenAI and the GPT, and he has questions. What does learning means? Okay, and you have to ask questions. You have to ask deep questions, which penetrates through the intelligence and see. Okay, you have to and think deeper, and take time to think. Distractions. I would say beyond LLM, we will be defeated by another problem, which is social media and distractions.
Yeah.
Because LLM is not as harmful, I think, because LLM does not push you a notification and say that click on my video. Okay,
Yeah.
LLMs answer you a question and engage you when you go and engage with LLM. Okay, but these social media apps and the like Instagram, Facebook, Meta, and the kind of even YouTube's like Reels, it takes consumes kind of all our energy and intelligence, and that is a
Mm.
significant problem for the youth than the artificial intelligence coming and threatening us. Someone say that like they don't worry about like AI getting
What is
smart.
happening?
Yeah,
What is happening
yeah,
around
yeah,
them? They
yeah.
don't
AI
want
getting smarter, but they are worried about people getting dumber. Okay, so that is the main problem we have to solve, because we have to
to.
have the character. We have to struggle. We have to, because
Mm.
I'm like, you have to put yourself at discomfort, slight
Mm.
discomfort at least, because I'm not. I won't say that I'm the perfect person who always put me in discomfort, but we have to strive for it. We have to seek discomfort. We have to seek perspectives which is different, because we always have our we think on our own way, like it's like you are talking to yourself. Okay, you see
Mm.
with the world with your own glasses. That has to change. You put some other glasses and see how do they see the world, what differences it makes, and all these things.
Stepping into other person's shoe and
Yeah, yeah.
seeing the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and questioning.
So
Questioning is the prompting itself. If we equate the word question to prompt, you prompt the world. Okay, why these things work like this? Is it supposed to work like this? How can I make this better? That's the primary question. Like,
yeah.
how do we make things?
And
How do we make a better world?
so
How do we make
mm,
better systems? And how do we make
mm.
better tools?
Yeah, completely makes sense. So we came from AI is taking or replacing human brains to the social media. It has a lot of impact than AI tools and AI agents or thinking, creative thinking and all. I also believe that. So thank you so much, Chandra, for sharing all the knowledge. And you wanted to give any one final suggestion to the people?
Use all the tools, but don't surrender your intelligence. You can achieve anything you want in life
Mm.
with the help of AI. Because, say,
Mm.
you want to learn anything like machine learning, you can use large language ChatGPT itself or Perplexity, any other tools. You can use them to teach you what you want to learn. But the learning
Mm.
is your job. You have to do that.
Yeah.
And any workflows, even the creative workflows, like the creative workflows, in the sense you want to create a video, like you like how do you get, like when your student graduates from school or college, what are their primary pain points? They will have, they need a job, or they need to start a business or something to make money out of make money or make a career out of it. And then they have to for that they have to learn things, they have to set their goals, and they have to know what is happening on the industry and align with it. All these can be done with AI. There are AI tools for creating images, creating, you can orchestrate multiple tools to create videos, you can create animations, you can create presentations, you can do a McKinsey or PwC like quality consulting with
Mm.
AI. So you have all the intelligence available, but you have to know that what is possible and how to achieve that, and use AI to make that possible.
Yeah.
You can come up with these things. If your students start using it, like okay, they could do data analysis, they could like learn from it, they could program with it, they could build applications, programs, they could start up. All these things you could do. Like 1 year is good enough for you to be an expert, and this world is giving it for free for all students. Use that, and that's the
Mm.
best thing which you should do, because currently they have time. Get into it, play with it. Like the study mode in ChatGPT is one of the wonderful things which you could
Yeah.
have real time learning of any technology or whatever you put your mind to. So just go ahead and try this, and don't say that like okay, I don't know. If you don't want to use AI, that's okay. Don't use it, but you should know and choose not to use it. But it's not
That is
because
also
I
important.
don't use it because I don't know. Don't stay away. Always be fully aware of all the technologies. Play with
Mm.
it. Have hands-on experience in all these things. Probably use try gold, because animation. If you have people, like most kids will have kind of a animating flair. Okay, they create pictures, and you put that into perspective. You could create, like, there's a tool VO3, is it, like Google's VO3 create animated videos. Kling AI creates videos for you. Take a picture, make a picture using generative AI, put it into the tools, come up with a video, merge it, add audio to it, and you could publish it on YouTube. And who knows, it could click. Try all these things, and explore is what I would say.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chandra, for sharing it.
Thank
And
you.
thanks a lot. And thanks a lot for your time.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure speaking with you, Nish. Thank you.